And Forest decides to just run back down the ramp immediately. So we now transition our focus towards Dexter, who applied pressure through Hut, but they're coming back to ramp, and they are applying that pressure further and further. Forest has dropped on down. He's got his teammate rotated down here as well. In the form of Nuke.
Yeah, two have actually arrived. Actually, a third teammate has arrived. So even though Forest has gone down quickly, there's still a chance to recover this. Good shot from MOUZ Dallas. He falls as well.
MOUZ for one. And now he's going to get a chance for another, and he'll grab it onto Exertion. Can't deny the bomb plant and runs out of ammo. So Frozen peppers him down with a Glock, goes in for the pick, but it's JDC that will assist in that. And just Roy left, time ticking on that bomb, and really unlikely he gets himself into a position here to win the round, but that's a first great kill on towards Torzy. Close the door. Roy gets peeked from Frozen and JDC, and in tandem they will take the first round for MOUZ.
Yeah, well done from JDC and Frozen, playing that one really well together. No chance for Roy to come out of the door. Pissed around exactly as you said, the way of MOUZ. Nice little ramp take. I think they almost wanted to do something different. They wanted to fall back to lobby and wait, actually, you know what? Ramp's free. Let's just take it. Let's just roll into it. Forest gets absolutely deleted, and MOUZ is able to make space and work their way into the bomb site. Yeah,
fnatic had quick rotations, as you pointed out. The amount of players that came down and were ready for that B play, you maybe expected a bit more out of them. But
I think if Forest survives, right, if he's that kind of point that they have to stop and fight, and then they're fighting into two different crossfires, that's where the disaster is. But the fact that Forest goes down so quickly prevents that from occurring. This is a five-man stack in ramp room. This is a five-man stack, and Frozen's got him back on track.
Ugh, that was not pretty, but yeah, I like the ramp stack. They said, well, you get a pressure ram in the pistol. We're going to have 5 players there waiting for you the second time. You'd go for it. Nearly gets out of hand, but is recovered by Frozen, who stays cool under the pressure. 2-0 for MOUZ, but here come fnatic into the rifles. Everyone's on an A1S for fnatic.
Yeah. Clean M4 buy, no kits picked up for fnatic. They've got a decent amount of utility, so round 3 is going to be contested. That's a decent amount of losses to take in the second round for MOUZ, so their money is not exactly the nicest place it could be. Let's see what the defense is going to look like with rifles.
Here goes Exertion. Straight away over the top of main. He's got a lot of ground here. Nuke is not ready. Does flick up and hits the dink, but Exertion's able to get away with it. It's going to be the first kill for MOUZ. Answered back through the smoke from Fasher.
That's a really good find to clean up on Exertion. Low HP from the dink earlier, tries to cross, taken down. Once again, a quick rotation. 2 players going to be here, Roy and Fasher.
Whoa, keep the gun at the ready here, Fasher. Here they come. MOUZ beginning to attack towards him. He'll just pick up that information. And can now call for Roy to strike up. Fasher works with him, and they completely collapse upon MOUZ in that lower side. There's no way they get through. And now Forest ready. Unable to get his first kill of the tournament. JDC clears him.
He's getting his sea legs under him, Forest.
He is.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Forget about that little guy.
He'll warm up.
Nice crossfire set up downstairs. Beautifully executed. It's the bomb, so fnatic don't really have to go hunting or searching for JDC whatsoever. It's on him to make the play, and he's got 38 seconds with which to do it.
Well, JDC descends down the ladder. Feet spotted. Fasher, not a fan. He will take him away.
Great round from Fasher. Triple kill. He gets the cleanup kill through the smoke on the cross, and obviously does great work on the cross in the lower portion to set up Roy for his own double kill. So good job from fnatic, and that's a solid defense to open things up.
I know that's been, from talking to Fasher and sort of reading some of the interviews and listening to the ones that he's done throughout his time here in fnatic, I know that it hasn't been the most comfortable transition into fnatic. Doesn't get the same sort of roles that he did in his previous team, Ecstatic. So he's definitely had some development needed as a player and very late on in the years. So excited to see if he can maybe use Dallas as a turning point for his own individual performance.
Yeah, especially because he was one of the names when I joined this roster. It was like, oh boy, that's a firepower upgrade, and it hasn't really come to fruition. That's been perhaps one of the more disappointing aspects of this fnatic roster. So yeah, it would be nice to see if he could finally settle in.
Wow, that first map over on the B stream is only just finished. OG versus Furia concludes a 16-14 victory for OG.
Oh, they brought it all the way back, Furia. Only to
just
fall
to
at the final hurdle.
Final point.
You hate to see it.
Well, that is the T-side letting them down again.
Now, MOUZ have to use these smokes outside in some way, right? No, it's only one smoke for the moment.
Half the job done, man.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of utility, so the fact that, you kind of want to have some production, some kind of map control gain, some space to work with. At the moment, that one smoke is maybe just putting a little bit of fear into fnatic, but they can spot the cross.
Yeah, they come back towards ramp. Gonna challenge Forest.
He's taking his eyes off.
He drops back in behind the box. Teammates coming down the hell rotation. Forrest does very well to get one. He's still alive, still kicking. His teammates on the rotate down. NiKoDoz delivers 2. And Forrest just easily collecting kills on ramp. He does not crack. And now with 33 seconds, Xerxin out towards the warehouse.
Yeah, and he could have been activated if there were some kills over towards ramp room, if there was a little bit more of a rotation. Forrest goes for an investigation, gets his head taken clean off. But 1v3, make it 1v2. Oh boy, there's only 20 seconds though, and the bomb is all the way in ramp room. So round is done. That's a couple nice kills at the end, and Xerxin should be able to save this AK-47 for the next round.
That's the best he can hope for.
It's not bad, 2 kills right at the end. Not bad at all. Limiting the economic growth of fnatic. It's still not pretty for them either.
Yeah, something to take from it for sure. But 2-2, we're all tied up. It is an interesting matchup because you have fnatic coming in with the standing. You should say that MOUZ are favorites, but we kind of know that there's still a lot of rumors circulating. The team doesn't feel a lot of positivity when you're listening to that interview from Dexter ahead of this game either. So you know that coming into this, a lot of teams are going to be very deflated after the major, and there's going to be changes around a couple of different teams. And who knows?
I think certainly even with all that, you'd probably put MOUZ as a favorite in this
still.
if it weren't for the recency of the Paris dropout. Like that was crazy to watch. I thought they were gonna be able to challenge and at least be potentially a playoff team. And man, the fashion in which they went out was just another heartbreak story.
Because they looked so good at the RMR, and the last IEM, the last outing in Rio, did not go well at all. They had a slow start in the format, and that really cost them out in Brazil. And can't really afford to let that happen again here in Dallas. Roy towards Secret Stairs. It's Glocks about to peek in. So, gotta try at least, and try they will. The AK gets 1 for MOUZ, but everybody else on default pistols, rocking with their Glocks.
Okay.
And yeah, it's all gonna be fine. It's all fine here for fnatic.
Yeah, it didn't sound good, those little Glock tanks. AK's been picked up by JDC, got 1 chance at it. NiKoDoz puts him down. 3 kills for NiKoDoz, and fnatic's up to 3 rounds in the map, taking a narrow lead into round number 6, as MOUZ will get AK-47s back on the board.
Well, everybody with the rifle available, not just Xerxin.
Cool little run boost.
I mean, yeah, it was gymnastics on display. I guess that's they died in a cool way rather than just getting executed. So MOUZ will focus on up.
They died on their own terms.
Yeah, exactly. They died the way they wanted to. And now they've got a Galil for Xerxin. Now, that's not what you want to see for him.
Due to that saved AK, right? Not able to have the money build up from the round he survived. There's the triple smokes.
There's the other 2, Jason. There's the other 2.
Yeah, now we'll see if they can... Ooh, lobby crunch. Fasher's going to find a kill. That's a really good find and an even better escape. Ooh, did he spot JDC? Does he know this lurk? Oh, I like this play. I love this from JDC. He's got at least 1 freebie, but traded off immediately by Mezzy.
Yeah, that's a big trade for Mezzy. Very quick. And now back into the favor for fnatic. NiKoDoz, his legs haven't been spotted. Now he's been seen. Oh, Frozen sees the feet. Can't really do anything about it, though, but he can track NiKoDoz. And he goes in behind the credit card, and that's exactly where he's gone. Oh! That is ridiculous, Frozen. Oh, my God.
That is really nice. That was a whole lot of pixels to shoot at.
He just tracks his feet, and then that's the shot he hits.
Now, the nice thing for fnatic, they don't have information that anyone is down low, that Xerxin is over in secret, but the fact that Roy is just playing this so passively, like, he's just going to be parked there for the entire round. Obviously, could be an issue if Xerxin tries to go back up vents. Frozen clearing into the upper bomb site. Forrest is rotating over as well.
Mezzy's seen it all happening and calls to Roy that they're dropping down into the site. Oh, Roy, good recovery. Sent the utility in as well and gets his gun out in time. And now Frozen with 15 seconds left. Bomb not in his possession. It's definitely been easier rounds. So Frozen is just going to have to save this AK.
Yeah. Thought maybe you could make a play quick, but didn't come to fruition fast enough towards Roy. So 1 more saved AK-47 for MOUZ. 1 more round on the board for fnatic. They've now won 4 in a row.
I like the CT side so far, even though JDC catches that timing, leaving Hut. He gets that pick on towards Fasher, but Mezzy's so ready for the trade. Roy's already rotated down towards B. Not a whole lot of gaps right now for MOUZ, but oh my.
Ugh.
He must have seen like 3% of NiKoDoz's entire player model that round.
Yeah, that's one way to die, too. What can you really say about that? Yep, one's on the roof. Got the information, boys. Early timeout taken. by MOUZ. Question is, what kind of a buy do they want to scrape together? Frozen has that AK-47 from the previous round. Everyone kind of huddled up right around 3K, so not a whole lot to work with. Utility descending into a half buy on Exertion. They're going to let this AK do some work, see if Frozen can find him some openings, some gaps for those Deagles and P250s to exploit.
Now, Frozen is... What have you made a Frozen sort of play style shift with Dexter coming into the team? Because he obviously played very differently under Carrigan, and there was some changes with the whole BMS time in the team as well.
Different leadership styles. I feel like that Carrigan, I mean, Carrigan we all know is like a player's in-game leader. And it feels like this MOUZ that's kind of come together is a little bit more of a system in a way. I think, I mean, he's obviously been great. He's obviously been wonderful for this team. Really talented, really skilled, and we're kind of seeing it flourish here in this MOUZ lineup.
There we go. Exertion with the Deagle. There's a player already down at Secret. That's Roy. When the fire is... Oh,
they know what those flames are, though. They know it's a one-way.
Okay, caught with the nades. They're waiting out the one-way. And he does get the rifle out in time, and now being run down from two different angles. And he actually handles it very well indeed. Forrest helps him out, and fnatic collapse upon MOUZ. A very clean round win. Everybody stays up.
Yeah, got a little sketchy there for Roy, but nice triple kill. Well managed, and everyone stays alive. 5-2. Op is out in the hands of Nikadaz. It was in the previous round as well. Didn't get to see it have a whole lot of its action in its direction. Well done from Roy, even at the very end, popping up for Frozen.
Well, here comes the buy back, and Torchy's AWP is here. 1 in 6 so far. Hasn't been able to get the big green into play, so maybe this is the turning point for him. He's heading towards ramp right away. Nikadaz brings his AWP to fight door, and smoked off. Torchy held back, but utility elsewhere as well. The AWPs denied these opening chances.
Yeah, Forrest looking for someone to get cheeky and trying to pop through that smoke, and Nikadaz, ooh, I like this. Forrest trying to take some attention away. He does pay for it with his life, but it's all to allow Nikadaz for this peek. They're waiting for it.
Oh, good play. He manages one, and he sticks around, goes to the second shot, and now tucks away. But with that kill onto Forrest, Dexter potentially senses a weakness towards ramp.
Well, the problem is he might, as an in-game leader, be saying, okay, they've had to shift someone to ramp, right? They've had to move someone away, so he's called him back. It's actually wide open at the moment. fnatic is more than happy to just put Nikadaz downstairs and allow him to be the B-bomb site protector. Roy outside in big garage.
Big man's had some big rounds as well here. And gets caught on the side of the smoke. Exertion wins that aim duel. And now they're going back to ramp. Israel MOUZ are making their play, making their stand as they head back.
Well, I mean, if they go downstairs, they're going to have to contend with the AWP on Nikadaz, and they have some utility to work against it. I mean, there's 2 smokes and a Molotov for the MOUZ T side that they can put down over at the control side windows, control side double door, Molotov, dark spot. You can Molotov decon as well to make sure nobody can pop out. You just want to avoid Nikadaz being able to pick anyone off as they travel in. And actually, the windows have gone unsmoked, but the AWP in the hands of Torji covers it perfectly, and fnatic's going to have to call a save.
Oh, nice shot from Fasher, but as you said, the damage is already done. Nikadaz...
That might pull him back into this.
They might want to, and it's this fight on Torji and Mezzi that could open up that ramp avenue back in.
No, they've decided to save. They've thought better of it than going in a little bit late. They're just going to try and trap MOUZ in and take some guns out of their hands. Nikadaz doesn't have the HP to stick around, so third round for MOUZ.
And it's an interesting maneuver from fnatic to kick things off. And Forrest fully sent it. He went 100% on that play.
Torchy just shot out of fear. He didn't even know where the bullets were coming from.
Well, that's actually huge, because now they've lost the AWP, and they can't get that back. But Psycho happy.
It wasn't a huge dictating factor in the round, so not the biggest thing, but obviously it did provide a decent amount of support coming down into the lower bomb site, but it wasn't any kind of center point of the tactic.
But, yeah, not in that round, but certainly they tried to make it be, right? They tried to use it to open up the round, but they're not going to have that option here. There he is panicking. Oh, we've all been there.
All been there. Round 9.
And Nikadaz, sees a pixel, unable to react in time, and now, Frozen flying down, a double kill over the top of main, an instant headshot. He went Mario mode. Goomba stomped his opponent. And it's all over. What the hell was that round? That was quick.
Holy hell, Frozen. That's filthy. They've had that. That's the second time they've used that really quick drop and scaling up on the mini roof that no one spotted from fnatic. So that might be something they go back to time and time again, lean on it. But obviously, those kills have come out so quick that fnatic's like, we'll happily just attack out HUD as well. This is one of the support players. This is another player coming from outside. Stream into the upper bomb site. There's no backup, no reinforcements coming. And MOUZ have quickly lowered the gap to just 1.
This looked like a Rushly danger zone clip. Bump mine. That was great work from Frozen. Lovely double. And the round is done. Yeah, timeout taken for fnatic. You've got to just catch your breath there, I guess. The whiplash, I'm sure.
Frozen's even imitating it. He's like, look at that idiot. He looked all like, ooh. Round 10, 5-4. fnatic has money to buy up again, but it's going to be Haggard after this. Out of funds. Forrest has had to drop down to a Deagle. Missing utility on Roy and Fasher especially.
Do we just see Frozen try? No, you can't do it again, Frozen. You can't attempt this. The AWP is ready.
Give it a few rounds of breathing room.
Would be kind of baller if you pulled it off back to back. They realize not going to happen. They're going to set up the nades to force Roy out of the position where he can watch Silo. But Roy is not going anywhere. He wants to continue to fight, set up with a flash himself, and not the best position to be caught in, and Xerxon will win that fight.
Nice movement from Xerxon, though. I mean, he made presence known towards red box as far up as you could get, and then he backed all the way off. So Roy was looking for that hard clear to the right because he felt like someone was close. Xerxon jukes him out of his jock strap.
It's a great image. And here's Forrest. Got the big old D at the ready, and Nikodas has come on over to help. Oh, a nice shot, I'm sure, from Forrest, but he just sent that one straight down the ramp. Nikodas able to apply his AWPs, just run away.
Good luck, Forrest. A couple more of those.
Run, Forrest.
Look at the defense all the way shifting to the lower bomb site. 3 players here. Forrest in the bomb site, Fasher at control side. Mezzi's getting curious, and he's going to win out on the fight. Oh. Forrest again with the chance.
Oh, a couple of chances absolutely there, but unable to capitalize on any of them, and Fasher also falls. So it was looking so good for fnatic at a point, but MOUZ have turned that, and now they are putting themselves in pole position to close this one. Now he's done through the smoke onto Torres. He begins to back away, but with the bomb plant in and fnatic so far away, it's a round done.
That's another round where the fnatic seemingly has bodies in the lower bomb site to actually defend against. It happened in the pistol round, and it just is completely negated. Obviously, I mean, it's almost deja vu. Forrest is kind of close up at the base of the ramp, keeping some space, but it's that follow-up come through the double doors of Fasher, and that might be the stand-in effect where the communication isn't the same as you're used to. You don't quite know where they are in terms of progression of the scaling into the bomb site. So Fasher's not really, he's looking all the way up towards U-Haul. He's not actually looking over at the railings, which is where he gets picked off from. 5-5. Well done from MOUZ to claw themselves back in.
For Messi to try and figure out, okay, you know, we got maybe some weaknesses here. We're trying to help out with the ramp problem by sending these quick rotations down, but that's not even working right now. Interestingly enough, the first event that Mezzi actually called with this whole roster, with his first outing with his team, was back in Sweden last year, just after Dallas, and Forrest was there. He was part of the team at that event. So Mezzi's definitely had the Forrest experience calling with him. A year ago. Now we come back into play. 5-5. MOUZ doing pretty well on this T side. It was looking good for fnatic early doors. They're starting to struggle on the money side of things. 1 AK for Mezzi and AWP out for Nikodas. The rest on pistols.
I hear shouts in the background, which means Heroic is about to get started.
I could hear that as well. I realized, damn, Heroic are here.
I was like, is that the volleyball tournament?
Nope. The volleyball tournament. Nope, it's just Katie blowing his veins out of his skull. Another story, I'm sure, I'm being told.
5-on-4. Op still in play in the hands of Nikodas. That's over towards ramp room to allow 3 players to stack at the upper bomb site. Roy's down low. The AK-47 in the hands of Mezzi getting boosted up into the rafters.
You ever played volleyball, Jason?
I've dabbled in beach volleyball.
2-on-2s, or what are we talking? singular volleyball? Is there a
2
different
on
way
2,
of playing?
3 on 3. You know, when you have a cooler of beer, you don't really worry about the rules so much. You know?
Yeah, the rules kind of devolve, I guess. Not a lot of beaches around here to try, but Xertion certainly heating things up. Taps the Molotov in towards Secret. 45 seconds left as Dexter walks into the warehouse. Hasn't seen anybody yet. This is where this fight will go down. Fasher, I thought he was dead to rights, but even had a second chance there for a second kill. And Mezzi only one with the rifle. He does so much damage. I don't know how MOUZ have kept 2 players up there. And now comes Roy, his turn, but Frozen reads the vent.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, it could have went so wrong so many times.
Yeah, I mean, the lineup for Mezzi, I thought he was at least going to get a second kill. Might have even been able to line up 3, and then Roy kind of getting stuck on the vents on the exit. That was a low HP player. That might have been an easy kill to turn this into a 2-on-2. So many chances for fnatic just didn't go their way. And MOUZ now regained the lead at 6-5.
I mean, I think this game is exactly what I expected. You know, it's pretty scrappy. It's pretty back and forth.
Oh, sorry, Forrest. You don't get to play the game.
He's not having a good time here, is he? That was the chance. That was the lineup for Mezzi that looks so good. Torsi, the last second, gets that shot off that saves the round from completely unraveling. I'm just thinking about how quick the turnaround was from Paris to here, right? You don't have enough days to really process the crushing defeats that a lot of these teams faced over that.
I don't know. If you're MOUZ, you had about 2 weeks.
That's pretty sad, actually.
fnatic had about, well, MOUZ had like 3 weeks. fnatic had 2 weeks. They had plenty of time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We'll not give them any excuses, Jason.
Now, for Heroic, not a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But you go on that challenger stage, plenty of time to think.
Plenty of time to lull over on your disappointment. And also, Jason, we're on jet lag watch today.
I do have the counter running. The European jet lag, however many times they say it.
Trace is pretty jet lagged, apparently, so keep an eye out for that. Here goes Xertion. Oh, he's had it.
They have been able to bully themselves into this kind of space so many times. Good stop from Nikadaz, but the damage is already done. Roy's gone down. They have access to big garage. Dexter's brought a little bit low. Nikadaz doing everything he can to kind of hold on to this part of the map.
It is pretty crazy how much control that MOUZ have been able to garner towards this outside area time and time again. I think they really started to realize that when Frozen dived off the top of Silo and got a double entry.
I think MOUZ would ideally love to have like a couple more players over in lobby to put pressure elsewhere to allow these outside players to really kind of lurk and exploit some rotations. But with so many bodies out here, they have to kind of make the play. So you could see fnatic really have wanted to trap Dexter into this position, and as he's going to pay for it, misses the opportunity. Nikadaz is still challenging.
Desperately wants someone to overextend here. He's not getting that chance yet. MOUZ not extending into his crosshair, and Nikadaz starts to drop further and further back, and now as he does that, they begin to move out, and he'll go back for a double dip. This time on his peek through the window, spots Dexter walking across, and now 30 seconds in a 3 versus 3. JDC tried to get out of hut, but a couple of warning shots sent towards him. Although he's got in front of that utility, and he's got right in front of Fasher. Forrest also falls in the final seconds of this round. MOUZ find their way through again.
Yeah, so patient outside. So patient. Had to have been frustrating for fnatic, but once again, 2 people at the point of attack. They lose both engagements. Torsi gonna give himself up. Nikadaz finds that. 1-on-2, and he's got no kit.
He's on for the ace here, Nikadaz. He's got 3 already in this round. They're slightly damaged on the other side of things. JDC heavily damaged. The lack of kit forces him to move quite quickly, and they know exactly where he's coming from, so Frozen closes out the round for MOUZ. 7-5. This T side is getting very comfortable now. They've got a lot of money built up, and the opposite story for fnatic. They don't have enough cash to get a good buy here at all.
I was really worried for MOUZ in that round. It felt like they were just kind of lollygagging outside without doing anything for too long. Like they might have missed an opportunity to take advantage of all the space that they had, but some really, really nice finds. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. That's a really, really nice shot. But JDC coming out hut.
It feels like that's the story of this entire first half for MOUZ. Is they leave it right down to the late round to get something done. It looks like fnatic were in a good position up until the final few seconds, and then MOUZ found the essential kills.
Yeah, just really nice trading in the late stages.
Well, just pistols here for fnatic. They'll leave some cash over for the next round, but MOUZ should be winning this half by a minimum of 1 round. Bit of a gap there, and that smoke will come in and fill it in. Now, Roy doesn't have the range with his 5-7. I feel too good about going up against an AWP, but he's going to try, and he actually is so close. Toji on 2 health Roy is unlucky not to have brought down the Hungarian sniper.
Fasher now behind the smoke. The timing on that clear is everything. Exertion going to give it up, and MOUZ once again complete control of outside, going to take control of big garage, pump the brakes, and allow fnatic's defense to sweat.
Lock them in the sauna. And Frozen's going to start to wrap. Got a lot of control here towards outside. He can creep closer to where CT and Hell. 45 seconds as MOUZ begin to send the rest of the players down in towards that B site. And Fasher hasn't seen this. He hasn't seen it just yet. He's got a deep angle. Sees the utility coming in. Gives away his position. Will hop up into the control room. But it is Frozen who now begins to activate. Walking towards Nikados, but he had the blind side. He had the blind spot. And he should have had the kill. But he doesn't pick it up. And Frozen just drops off the ladder. 1 health. 1 health. That's how close these kills are.
I actually don't know how he didn't get that kill. That's gotta be so frustrating. Good shot from MOUZ, but that's just a parting gift. No chance of actually going for or winning this round, so back away with the AK-47. Forrest can stick around and look for a rifle of his own. And that's MOUZ securing the lead into the second half. Actually, Frozen might be an obstacle.
Quite a bit of ground still here for Forrest to get through. Frozen has just left his spot and went into... Oh, he's 1 HP. There we go. Finally, he's taken out, but Forrest about to be peaked. Torji comes in on 2. And that's going to be the kill towards Forrest. It is just MOUZ surviving with the AK. And MOUZ will get that 8th round.
8th round, and I mean, this T side has really started to look good once they've established the fact that they can get big garage control and outside control and a lot of space in that part of the map. So time for fnatic to maybe change things up and see if they can clamp down. Nikados is going to be on the op, and I'd be surprised if he wasn't outside somewhere. This is 6 rounds straight for MOUZ's offense here on Nuke. 12 kills on Frozen, 11 on Exertion. Lining up for an upper exec. MOUZ changing the look of their offense.
Oh, MOUZ! He decides he wants to get ahead of the attack. He does only get 1 from that risky maneuver, though. Would love to second if Fasher doesn't get anything from the back of the site. Great work from Exertion. 2 snappy kills, but he was the bomb carrier, and no one else moved with him. So Forrest swings out of heaven. And this is a bit of a messy round for both teams, but very good for MOUZ to compose themselves here.
And now MOUZ know exactly where Roy was at as well from that flashbang. Frozen calls it out. He gets the kill on Forrest being activated, and they say, yep, he was outside towards CT spawn. So Roy's repositioned, but once again, it's just to save the rifle.
There's been a lot of rounds in this half, Jason, where fnatic have the numbers in the right spots. They just don't get the kills. You remember some of those rounds where they have the rotation early down towards B. You think they're going to do far better there. Exertion just gets a double entry here when he's finally rounding that corner after the MOUZ kill. So
yeah, I mean, you have to say really good utility work. The trade onto MOUZ was nice, but nothing special. But coming in, you have that bomb site player blinded and his movement restricted by Molotov, so he's just sat out in the open. An easy frag on the entry, the follow-up from Exertion. And that's the round. We just walked you through it again.
There we go.
Well, the final round of the first half.
We had to live it twice.
I know. Final round of the first half coming up. And fnatic still no answers to this attack from MOUZ.
Yes.
This follow-up one right here. I mean, there's no chance from Fasher. He can't see any. Oh, that's filthy. That follow-up up top. Yee.
Well, this game has been a game of streaks. We've had 5 rounds in a row from fnatic, and then every single round since has been MOUZ's to play with.
It's been all MOUZ.
Maybe fnatic can get one right at the end here. Oh, miss Molly that right away on the door play. Roy, though, will stop Exertion from getting over the top of the silo. And Nikados strikes through the smoke with AWP. So MOUZ try a bit of speed at the start of this round, and they are met with 2 quick deaths.
Where's Dexter going to go? If he goes in towards midi, it could be interesting. Roy's vision is blocked by the smoke for now. Oh, Dexter, this could be the play. MOUZ up along the wall, and there it is. It's just cleared for Roy. Torji gets the trade. But shouldn't be anything left for MOUZ to do. 2 versus 4, and Forrest is going to make it just 1. 1 mouse remaining.
Well, the round streak of 7 brought to a close right at the end. fnatic edge out an extra 1. It's been a close competitive half in terms of streaks. We'll join us for the second half to see if that continues and who comes out on top in their opening game.
We're going streaking!
do is run, not win, and all they do is mirror, mirror, tell me, what is it about them? Living like it's their game. Karma said it better than me, you're just in the blue. We're in the house made up of glass, devils in disguise. I can see right through your eyes, baby, I can see your lies. House made up of glass, devils in disguise. I can see right through your eyes, baby, I can see your lies. Here I am, trying to stand out in the crowd. All sound house, the fake ones I always say. All they do is here I am, I'm doing my own thing, and I just wanna sing. Never wanted to impress, God bless, don't ever wanna have to. Mirror, mirror, tell me, what is it about them? Living like it's their game. In this world there's talkers and there's doers. Hey, we're all losers. We're in the house made up of glass, devils in disguise. I can see right through your eyes, baby, I can see your lies. We're in the house made up of glass, devils in disguise. But I can see right through your eyes, baby, I can see your lies. I just wanna put down my armor, no more drama. I just wanna put down my armor, no more drama. I just wanna put down my armor, no more drama. I just wanna put down my armor, no more drama.
Welcome back to your second half of Streaking. It's fnatic versus MOUZ. It continues here on Nuke. Big patch of round wins coming through for both teams in quick succession, and fnatic steal away one right at the end there. I think the idea definitely was to attack Forest on ramp a few times there, Jason, but he had a couple of good rounds on those holes on the CZ side.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was they just found MOUZ too much success outside to really even worry about ramp too much, right? Like they ran into a stack. Forrest had a couple nice shots. He had a good hold earlier from the single box, but outside was exposed time and time again by MOUZ. So yeah, why would you keep attacking ramp? Why would you keep attacking Forrest? Did a great job elsewhere. Now they're going to switch to the defensive side. We'll see what they've got. Pistol round of the second half is live. 9-6 in the favor of MOUZ. Looking to start Dallas with a victory.
And Frozen, he's going to have to deal with quite the attack coming his way towards outside. The smokes came up just at the right time. If Frozen doesn't care, right through the smoke, he'll take Nico Dallas out. Look at the rotation down already, but kill blow for blow. Fasher hits one and just keeps running. JDC's already rotated down, and he's away, cowering in the darkness. Can't deny the bomb plant. Didn't get the chance, but they haven't detected him. And now Fasher, he has to realize that shot was passed towards you looking for Roy. It's a messy round. It's definitely confusing, but Fasher has everything to do now left for fnatic. It's one on JDC. He'll close those doorways, and Exertion will come in with a dual Berettas. MOUZ pick up the pistol here in the second half.
What a round from Exertion, but I mean, JDC was the real snake in the grass the whole time over towards dark. They would have never expected that rotation with how quick the kill happened in secret. The fact that he was there holding onto the bomb snake gave a lot of confidence for MOUZ on the retake, knowing someone had that position. This is how it all began. Nice kill through smoke, but Exertion is the real star of the show. Triple kill overall, including the final to secure the defuse, and it's 10-6.
Good to hear MOUZ getting hyped up. I mean, it has looked better for MOUZ overall here than that of fnatic. A good patch of form, but other than that, MOUZ have kind of dominated this. And we got Torj out with the scout. And the buy actually looks better for fnatic, Jason. That's where we're at. Oh, what is that?
I don't know. That's a weird creature.
That must, I don't know what. I have no idea what that was, but
I hope the stream could hear it, or else we're going to sound insane. JDC
The voices in our heads,
is
Jason.
spamming a little bit into the smoke, connecting with nothing. And fnatic just waiting for it to clear.
Oh my god. JDC doesn't get
Yikes.
much of a chance there, does he? But Torsi's scout finds pinpoint precision to the head of Fasher. But they've scared him off. You can't really stick around and keep fighting that, so he has to back away.
This lurker outside, Roy, is going to have a big job to do if they want to win this round. Still just parked in ramp room, waiting for any information, any kind of follow-up peek, and Roy's going to bide his time, waiting for his teammates to make the play that will activate him.
Just slowing it down.
Dexter's the only defender that's actually moved to the lower bomb site. He's only got the MP9.
Nothing being spotted yet from MOUZ, and they're just waiting. And Dexter, as you said, with the MP9, is not really the weapon that you can get more than one in this current position. He's probably not even going to fight the initial attack here.
The doors being open might make fnatic a little bit worried. They're going to spend the utility to get down safely. Clear line of sight, obviously, for Dexter. Control window's broken now. Exertion is here. Oh, that's a quick dink. He somehow gets a kill, but there goes Dexter as well. Force finds him down to 1 HP, and bomb's going to be planted. Frozen and Torji. I don't even know if they want to go for it.
They definitely let the time run low there, fnatic. They get it done in the final seconds, the dying embers of the round, but you know, for MOUZ, they're not going to go for this one. They weren't close enough to really warrant the attempt with the lack of cape, but oh, I can't believe Exertion even on that CT hole gets the one pick out of that. fnatic still able to answer back. That's the force spy from getting the bomb plant in the T side coming through. Another win off the back of it today. That's a great shot. JDC really stood no chance. The wallbang for Fasher was just too good, and that's an important kill from Forrest.
Nice and simple from fnatic. Just wait for the smoke to clear, get that line of sight, and obviously if you don't win that fight, things probably go differently. Maybe they call an audible into a different setup, but the fact that you get that kill and ramps open, you're more than happy to take it.
I think that's a perfect round to sort of visualize what you talked about earlier when we had the Nouns game, where we've seen them get one kill and then they would immediately commit. But the European style is you kind of slow it down a little bit more at times.
Hit that pause button in the ramp room. Make MOUZ get a little nervous. That's what they were doing to him, just, you know, from a different point, from outside instead of over in ramp room. Cut into a 3-round lead. Still some weapons for MOUZ to fight with. M4 on Frozen. Torji has the Scout. A couple of MP9s. Let's see what they've got. Early nade brings Fasher down to 64. Nice chip damage onto the attack. And Frozen's going to have a chance again for another smoke kill, and he almost completes it.
Oh, just over the top of Red. Roy takes damage to his legs, but will handle Frozen. fnatic will continue to send forces down into the lower bomb site. JDC wants some control back. He wants some information. He pushes deep in towards ramp.
Yeah, but you sacrifice the ability to rotate to the lower bomb site, right? They know the outside player has gone down. They know the smoke wall was up to cross over. They just haven't committed any bodies to the actual defense of the B bomb site. They've leaned more in towards this lobby crunch and these lobby positions, which means it should be a relatively easy round for fnatic from here on out. I don't even think MOUZ is going to challenge.
No. The best they can get here is the kill on Forrest, who's in a position to just cut rotations. Even that doesn't become easy. They do have Roy here as well to help him out. First kill for Dexter. He does upgrade into the rifle. Forrest handles the first well. Sees Exertion. Torji will swing and cross on over, but as you said, considering it not our MOUZ.
That's some good finds, though, from MOUZ, even at a loss, right? 2 extra rifles,
Yeah,
AK-47.
Nice upgrade.
Yeah, we'll take that. MOUZ will fight for round 19.
It's good to see fnatic starting in the second half with competitive nature on the T side. You want to see them get into this. Because there is a world in which they would have just completely fallen off.
And both pistols for MOUZ as well now, although they only get like the one second round from the first half, not able to convert it in the second half whatsoever. So 8-10 is the scoreline. 2 rounds separating the teams. Fasher, is he going to die here? Not even close.
No. The bomb blast radius on Nuke is more vertical than it is wide. It's long, it's tall, it's skinny.
Just the way we like it.
Yeah, tall and skinny, that's it. You might like it thick, then you head over to Ancient.
Yeah, or Inferno. Inferno's got some girth to it. 10-8. 3 rifles, the only thing that MOUZ is going to have, the 2 M4s and the AK. Dexter and Frozen not buying up anything, just a couple pistols. No armor, no real utility to speak of.
Here's the outside walk from fnatic, nice and quick. Get Roy behind those smokes, get him down secret. And that's exactly where he's gone. Fasher joining him just a second later. Ooh, okay, Fasher right through the smoke, knows his angles, and Frozen doesn't deal with it well, but Exertion certainly will. A double, he might even get a third kill out of this. He's not stopping, keeps moving forward, and that will actually be his undoing as Mezzi takes him out with a MAC-10 and upgrades into the rifle instead.
Yeah, the pre-aim. The pre-aim ruined his day. Dexter making footsteps, maybe trying to lure someone into a peek. He's got support of an M4 as well over at the vents in the hands of Torji, but now they realize there's no commitment downstairs, no plant yet, so they're going to go investigating. A chance for Torji to bait the pistol of Dexter.
Oh, Nika Dawes, good double. Stays strong, gets two, and just JDC. And Forrest is just clearing out this A site. He's telling everybody it's nice and comfortable up here on this A site. We might just avoid B, get into the vent, climb up that ladder, and Mezzi will join them with the bomb. It was a little bit worrying for a second with the bomb at the back there.
Yeah, there was a universe where JDC catches that rotation, and things get a little bit hairy. Ooh, finds a timing. No one's looking for this. Nika Dawes, you're going to go down. Not aware of one up on top of the hut, though.
And that should be the kill coming in onto JDC, but they haven't given him it. And finally, Forrest goes over with a peek. JDC gets into the 1 versus 1. But Forrest makes sure to close it out. That would have been a nightmare.
Timeout for MOUZ as they want to talk things over. This next gun round on their CT side, all important. Exertion does his best to keep him in this round, but can't build off those two.
Well, kind of undoes his own work a little by pushing forward. 10-9, this scoreline is nearly tied up. Just one round in it. And fnatic, they've got loads of cash now built up. For MOUZ, look at the AWP out here for Torji, rifles around it. And just discussing some of their options ahead of round 20. They're expecting this game to be close, and close it is. Exertion top of the board, 20 kills, 14 deaths. Torji at the bottom right now is the AWPer. Maybe that can change now as he moves over to the defensive side with the AWP. So, a couple of rounds, fnatic have gone outside heavy at the beginning of the round. It's a change up this time. It's straight into the top side. Get Forrest down that vent, or at least try, but Exertion does not let him get that.
He's called out. One more is dropped down. Ooh, a little bit of extra damage on the Fasher. Would have loved to have had that, but a lower bomb site controlled, although JDC is still here. That's an easy kill. Roy thought he beat the shift, the rotation of the defense. And fnatic desperately trying to pick up the pieces, but the bomb is dropped in a near impossible position.
A lot of quick calls coming out of fnatic on this T side. I like the change up, it just doesn't work. You know, Forrest doesn't get down the vent. Exertion plays spoiler, but getting close to it as well. 3 versus 5, bomb down and loose inside of the site with 2 players here watching it. Gotta use up a lot of util just to even get close to it. Spam on the JDC is doing some pepper damage, but nothing too significant.
This should be, I'm not going to say impossible, but this round is so firmly in control of MOUZ. 5 people alive, 2 people down at the bomb site right now. That might be the one X factor. They haven't shifted a third over despite the bomb being dropped deep into the site. fnatic's going to have to commit here, and the longer they take, the more MOUZ is going to realize there's not enough time for them to go anywhere else but this lower bomb site.
Well, a little bit of gap there as well for JDC to watch, and Exertion is making the flank around the backside, but that gap is actually used in favor of Nika Dawes instead. They have lost one of their teammates though with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, you don't have time for any of these fights either. Like, these kills have to happen, and Exertion's just been getting closer and closer. So Mezzi is the last one left, gonna push to his death to make sure he goes down before the round ends. 11th round for MOUZ as they're back on the board after the timeout. And speaking of which, we've got another. It's fnatic from the T side taking a pause in the action.
You can see why. I mean, a couple of players really limp on cash. You can get a couple of drops going in. Force has a bit of extra money to play with. So you can salvage rifles out here, but they've gone for a lot of quick calls. Quick outside executes. This was a vent dive call. And that one didn't work so well. So what does Mezzi decide to go to? Do they go to a more slower default approach? We'll have to find out what's available to them here. fnatic Fasher's gone down to the Tech 9. Roy on a Deagle. They have gone for the utility instead. So not the prettiest buy coming up here for fnatic. So slowing it down, it's not going to be too easy to get anything out of that.
Here we go. Let's see what they can do with it. As you mentioned, the Tech 9, the Deagle on Mezzy. Oh, fast pace. Once again, going for the vent dive. This time, they're going to get it.
Oh.
They're going to get a lot of it this time. Nobody goes down. No damage is even done. 3 players make it down the vent. Oh, it's me, Roy. I think he's missed it a couple times.
3 players make it down the vent.
There we go.
He did it in the end. Now JDC's come down on the rotation. Fasher is caught. Bomb plant. Oh! Okay, JDC. Right towards the back of the side. Forrest peeked out for just a second. And JDC isn't stopping. Oh, they get down into the lower bomb site, but they're not able to do anything with it once they're there. Oh, that is not what fnatic like to see.
Yeah, this round's done. They know where both players are. It's just a straight up defuse. What a run from JDC. That's nice and easy.
Well done, Mr. DeCastro.
We see like, I feel like every team has that play in their playbook to pull it off, where you get like 3 players down lower to plant the bomb super quick, and you have 2 lurkers. It can be really confusing to deal with, and it's always so cool when it works. And this is kind of obviously what it looks like when it doesn't work.
So, the previous round they tried it, they didn't get down the vent. This time they got down the vent, but couldn't hold the post plant. Maybe on the 3rd attempt, Jason, this is where it works. The 3rd time
sure.
lucky.
I don't know if you want to try it again after JDC hits that banger shot. We heard like a little one-tap ring out. 12-9. MOUZ just 4 rounds away from an opening map win here in Dallas.
I mean, MOUZ gone up against fnatic with a stand-in. You got the full roster you've been playing with for the last few months. Sure, the results at the major weren't good, but you're still going to be favored to win this game.
Exertions have another banger game, 22-14. A quiet 22, I feel.
Definitely been some loud rounds, but the supporting kills around it certainly have just been toing around here and that.
There's nothing for fnatic to really exec with, right? Smoke and a flashbang, so you really are leaning on this AK-47, which is going to get dropped nice and easy by Torji. Utility's going to rein in. They want to prevent the weapon from being salvaged. They couldn't stop it, but another good trade from Torji. And the AWP is going to step up for one more. It's Forrest's turn to swing out as he gets the AK-47. And Dexter wanted a little bit of a battle. But you got to be careful now if you're MOUZ.
Yeah, you could definitely slip on this banana peel right here. This is a round that's very doable for fnatic. Of course, with the AK. Ooh, he's getting peppered down to 13. Has got Mezzy now crossing into the open, and both of them gone. To Dexter, that is now the round done.
Yeah, just MOUZ throwing bodies at the problem over in Squeak Door, and Dexter's the one who's able to finally secure it. What you got, Roy?
A Deagle.
The Deagle Blaze. All the good Deagle highlights have been done with the Blaze.
All of them done by Nico. And Dexter stops Roy from getting anything done. And MOUZ starting to take control of this, fastening their grip on this map. And here come fnatic with the purchase. They'll get the buys back. The rifle's out. But I think I think they're T-side so far. The strap book, they look a little limited in some of the options that they've run with.
I mean, the two vent drops that haven't worked are obviously really painful. Those are kind of the rounds, because I mean, remember they did string a few together. It's 3 at a certain section after winning the 2nd round, but those fast-paced ones down vents have really kind of stopped their own momentum.
Definitely a risk to run with those kind of rounds, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. Exertion gets into the vent, and aggression into the ramp from Torji. He's even got the rifle there assisting with him, and he just peels away after 1.
Yeah, it hides the position of JDC. You'd expect maybe a solo op to make that play. You wouldn't expect a follow player along the wall. JDC's backed off deep in towards ramp room as well. Now, access has been given over to Secret to a point. Exertion is here.
Oh, he's lucky, very lucky to not have lost his head in that 1 second of throwing the molly out. Roy takes the steps towards double door. That will draw Exertion away from the decon. And so he can go back to the vent and try and get around the other side of him and maybe use this timing. But Exertion has his teammate down here, Dexter, watching that cross back over.
Clever movement from Roy, but obviously spotted out very nicely by the MOUZ defense on the shift. 2 players the lower bomb site. 1 player up in heaven, 1 big garage, 1 in ramp room for MOUZ.
Yeah, Fasher's trying to make some moves here towards outside. Frozen's going to see him, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're going to try and make a late play with 1 coming up the vents, right? But that mini player, and the fact that this is taking so long to pull the trigger on it, means fnatic's just going to get picked apart before they can even execute.
Here we go, Torji. A chance at the back of the site, but it's a 1 and done, and JDC swings in from heaven to close on the 14th round. 14-9. fnatic not looking too pretty when it comes to money here. So MOUZ going to be looking at 15 very shortly.
Yeah, this defense is looking really solid. They've figured it out. Not a whole lot of holes that fnatic's been able to exploit, and now you have a situation where, as you mentioned, MOUZ with so much cash. You're struggling to do it once, but you're going to have to run like 3 rounds in a row to take all this money away. So MOUZ feeling very, very comfortable at the moment, which is good. We wanted to bounce back. We wanted to bounce back after Rio, after the major.
It, yeah. Because, you know, when you see Exertion get to a great level, we've seen it at the RMRs. It was great seeing what sort of level MOUZ can get to when he's having one of those carry performances. And then at the major, I spoke to him. I asked about some of the changes, what something has changed for MOUZ, and he said, well, we've just had a discussion that we maybe want to talk about how do we get involved, how do we get the other players involved rather than just me.
Okay.
And I said to him, well, surely, how does that affect you in terms of the space you're getting? And he said, well, it doesn't affect me at all, but surely it has to. Surely it has to. And it seems like they've gone back to giving him a bit more room here. I think if you've got Exertion, you just got to let him be the star.
Yeah, let him off the leash.
This isn't too pretty for fnatic. CZ for Forest. Yeah, that's a wild one. Fasher's coming in towards ramp with the pistols. Nikodo's going to send some util in towards the top site. Assisted by Forest, clearing out CT vent, and Roy actually gets in front of that molly, so JDC's under a bit of pressure. And he'll rattle a few shots off and get away. He doesn't want to be caught. He doesn't want to leave an opening in towards that B site.
Yeah, it wasn't actually as dangerous as it seemed at the moment, as Molotov did a good job of segmenting the attack, but obviously just the pressure and making the smart play to back up to where he knows he's going to have support and Exertion shifting over, and they've held on to the lower bomb site. And fnatic now, once again, just kind of stuck in ramp room. You've got control, but what do you do with it?
Oh no, the tip of Roy. It's seen. Frozen knows exactly where his next victim is. He's very lucky to be alive there walking around the corner. It was a bit risky to do that, but now they swing together. He doesn't get a single kill there. Frozen. Torchi will, though. He gets a double. Nikodo is now the last remaining player in the 1v4. So towards the back of the site. The Deagle brought around the corner, but Dexter will close on it. 15-9, 1 round away from MOUZ collecting their first victory in Dallas.
Yeah, and looking good doing it as well. The nice, 7-round streak in the first half on your T side. Really some nice calling from Dexter, some nice work as a unit, exploiting outside. And then obviously here in the second half, it's now 5 rounds in a row on the defensive side. And none of those 5 rounds have really had any kind of a problem. Once MOUZ got some money to work with and built up some cash and strung a couple rounds together, they haven't looked back.
Yeah, and Torchi in particular as well had a much better second half here once he actually got the AWP in his hand, so everything's looking bright for MOUZ at the moment. And Frozen heads outside straight away. Disruptive play to catch Roy, trying to sprint towards Secret.
And as we referenced it a couple times, this 5-round streak for MOUZ began round 20, was the first vent drop that fnatic tried to pull off that got obliterated. The second one, in round 21, was the vent drop where they actually got down lower and still got obliterated. So those 2 rounds have really gotten MOUZ into this game in a big way, and they're not letting go.
Yeah, I like this last round. It's been really fun to watch for MOUZ. Disruptive plays all over the show. Frozen towards Yard, does the risky cross towards Secret, and it really works. Let me see Exertion push in towards Lobby. Now JDC's doing a similar move here. Now I'm going to start to retreat Torchi away. They're worried about the Heaven play here. They're worried about them finding a gap and coming around the back of Heaven, but JDC continues to stay committed. In towards the vending machines. Watch as Fasher goes in, but that should have been a kill for JDC. It doesn't end up being one. Torchi makes sure to patch up the hole and Hut, and that was nearly the lineup to close this map, but still Nikodo stands with a small chance being peppered away, and it is MOUZ who collect their first victory here in Dallas over fnatic. Forrest returns to fnatic roster, but his 400th appearance will not result in a victory for them. MOUZ bounce back after the Paris woes with a win here, Jason.
Yeah, at least a nice first win for MOUZ. We'll see how this one builds up, and yeah, some issues for fnatic, that T side, and you can imagine with